365, we making a place. We talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the diamond in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. Sport all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with real talk here on this Monday night. I hope everybody had a happy holiday, a Merry Christmas, a happy Hanukkah, whatever else you might be celebrating. I don't want to leave nobody out. I don't remember everything. So whatever you celebrated, I hope you had a blast. Hopefully you got to spend time with your family and loved ones. Hopefully you got gifts that were good gifts that you don't have to take back, or that you're not going to re-gift, gifts that you can use and keep. Fellas, how we doing? Dev, how was your holiday?
It was pretty cool, man. You know, I had to go through the motions, first Christmas without my parents. So it was cool. It is what it was. Kids was cool.
Right?
Huh?
You got kids?
Yeah, I got kids.
Yeah. So how was that?
Kids was cool. They got pretty much everything they want. Got these Orby guns, and boy, when I tell you, they has been lighting things up. But he been lighting things up. I ain't know nothing about these Orby guns, and I kind of want one now.
You said a BB gun?
Orby gun.
What is that?
These little gel.
It's like a gel.
Little gel beads, really.
I feel like those will make a mess. Those don't get everywhere.
Nah, once they sit in water for a while, they turn into like water beads a little bit. I send you a picture of it.
Nah, yeah, we got darts around here, and I be lighting them up, but
like we got Nerf guns around here too. We got laser tag, Nerf guns. We got a lot of stuff around here.
Yeah, we got laser tag. I bought it last Black Friday, and we ain't really used them yet because the kids ain't really ready yet. But probably this coming summer, we're gonna get outside and do some things with it. Chris, what's going on, my man? How was your holiday?
Holidays was lovely, Sadly, my Eagles lost, but Christmas, my Sixers made me feel better.
Is that why Mr. Coach Kenny has this Dallas?
Yeah.
Papa. Oh, get it. Just so y'all know.
Oh, finally.
All the time.
Man.
I wear it all the time, but Kenny called me out, so I just wanted to let y'all know. I rep the teams I rep. I really need to buy me a Golden State jersey. Them Golden State Christmas jerseys is hard. I don't care what y'all say. Them black
the old school ones is hard too.
I don't know. The black ones they wore yesterday, them things is nice.
Yeah.
I'm about to go find me a GOAT jersey.
Yeah.
It starting
off early.
Still waiting for that. We're still waiting for that.
Might be true, Mike. I might have got this, and I got one obviously from the World Series because we did get one of them. So I got one of those.
I'm mad at that, as you should.
Yes, sir. Parade was pretty cool. Went to the Caps parade and OV. Shout out to him. We don't cover hockey, but 802 goals, second all time. Alexander Ovechkin, congratulations. The legend continues. One of the rare occasions where number one and number two, Crosby's turned out to be a Hall of Famer. Ovechkin's turned out to be a Hall of Famer. So heck of a 1-2 punch. Don't typically see that. But those two turned out to be everything and more. John, hold your horses. Actually, we can get there. Let me be very clear. Russell Wilson is on my hate list. I've
Wrong word.
Hate is a very strong word.
But I would like to bring your attention to this here score of the playoffs. I don't know if you guys can see that. I lost by half a point or so. If you could bring your attention down to the Denver defense I picked
Kenny said it ain't the only thing you lost.
I picked up the Denver defense thinking, oh, yeah, I'll be good. They lost me 4 points because Russell Wilson, you suck. Now,
Woo! I'm inspired by that new Ric Flair documentary. Woo!
like, absolutely.
Boy.
I don't mind when players suck when you don't bother me. When you suck and you cost me playoffs, championships. Actually, I was in the playoffs.
Playoffs?
On fees. Allegedly,
Playoffs.
and I picked up that raggedy defense thinking they'd be okay. But God forbid Russell Wilson keeps throwing the ball to the wrong team, so they keep scoring. The defense isn't even on the field.
Emotional damage.
And Mike, you just got to stop. Like, Patrick Kane's nice, and I'm not a hockey guy, so please don't get it twisted. But 802 is 802. Just give him the respect. Yeah, I had Carolina's defense, and I benched them thinking,
Man, I dropped the Rams, D. Like a dummy.
yeah, I don't. Who would have thought?
Yeah, you can't fantasy.
It's okay. I'm in the finals. I'm a top last two with my fantasy league, so I'm gonna make sure I win for you, Ray.
I'm in.
Yeah, I need some help tonight.
And I have 6 leagues. I think I'm in the championship in 3. Should have been 4, thanks to Russell Wilson.
Hey, listen, y'all. I think we might need to do an intervention for Ray. We was talking offline, and this man is borderline degenerate in terms of his gambling prowess or lack thereof. So we might need to.
I hate y'all, but y'all to reality.
Can we just talk about Darius Garland right now? I don't know if y'all watching the game.
I'm watching. He is.
Listen, he
killing.
is on fire. But
That's
when you talk about gambling, I'm in a group chat and everybody's upset because they just got Donovan Mitchell for 25 points, and it's the Garland show right now.
Yeah, I had betted that Mitchell had get 20 plus points.
5 too.
He just needed 5 more points, dog. Like, come on.
I'm watching right now. I don't think he's gonna shoot the ball like Garland take.
Garland taking over. Garland taking over.
The issue is, will the game be close enough to keep Mitchell in to get 5 more points? Because right now Garland cooking, and when Garland get going, he don't really pass the ball, and that's fine.
4 minutes left.
They're going to double team. They're going to have to do something.
They're down 9. It's 9-point game. So definitely opportunity. We'll keep you updated. There also is a Monday Night Football game on for those of you who care. I did pick the Chargers.
I do, because I got Mike Williams and Herbert that I need to get busy for me in my semifinals for my league.
No, I'm playing against Keenan out, but I already lost that league. I'm not concerned. I got Gerald Everett. If he go off for like 80 points, I would be in the game, but that league's dead. So for you, Kenny, I am willing to hope that whoever you need plays well. Also, like I said, I picked the Chargers, so I kind of need them to be better. But Kenny, how was your holiday? My man?
Oh, man, my holiday was great. Spent time with the family. The wife threw down. I smoked my signature ribs, and I went to a full coma.
Yeah, he was in the group chat, and then he wasn't. And then
I was asleep. Bruh, I missed the whole I missed from about 7 to 11 p.m. that window. I was out of there. But I did get to watch all of the Denver and Phoenix games. So I got a lot of thoughts
to get hurt, because that would have been even more of a special game.
Oh my gosh. But yeah. We'll save that for later.
Absolutely. I figured we would all pick the Chargers just because the game isn't the best matchup, but the spread was 3.5. So for those of you who don't know, that means that the Chargers would have to win by 4. So we'll go around real quick. Do we think? Oh, they're actually up 7-0 now. Do we think that the Chargers are going to cover in this game and that they will win by 4? I'm going to say yes. Kenny, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. And then audience, this is what I mean about us needing to do an intervention. You see now we having these spread topics.
I'm trying to make it more entertaining than just picking straight up.
Dad, you see what I'm talking about, man? We might
Hey,
need to help
man.
my brother, man. I'm getting
Hey,
nervous.
man, you might have to get an intervention with me too, man. Because that's why every time you bring up intervention, man, I just put my head down because I might be in this conversation too.
Man, Garland's at 40-8 tonight. I don't
Boy,
know.
I bet it with Garland too.
I don't know.
I bet it with Garland also.
Combo guard or what he is, but he got 40.
He's a combo, but go ahead. We're not going to go there.
8 assists combo guard. I guess you can play if you can play either or. I guess.
You think Darius Garland a combo? I kind of view him as almost a straight point guard.
No, he's a playmaker. He could just score at an elite level. He's by far the playmaker on this team. He was the playmaker when they had Collins.
He's the
just
one,
an elite
but I
scorer.
think they can interchange because I was actually talking about this shameless plug on my NBA preview episode with Rachel Hill, who from ASAP that covers the Cavs, and I said that what the makes that backcourt so deadly is they could both play on and off the ball. So either one of them can initiate offense at any time. So that just gives, Coach Bickerstaff a bunch of toys to play with offensively.
It would be nice if Brooklyn decided to guard him, though. Like, double him or something. Make somebody else beat you. He just...
Please, let's make Donovan Mitchell beat him, man. Come on, man.
Thank you. You talking about intervention. We all need intervention because I picked Chargers. I picked the Chargers to cover at almost 8.5, I think. I got the Chargers beating the Colts.
Well, the start of the game's been awful. It's a bunch of
terrible. One of the worst starts I've ever seen.
But the Colts do have the ball. Who they start? Who's even?
Nick Foles. Oh yeah, it's over. Donovan Mitchell's not touching the ball. It's Garland's night. He might go for 50.
He got 40. You better hope he go to overtime or something. But they ain't playing no defense either. So they ain't.
I don't even want to watch the game anymore. It's just
that step back was
See, this is why
let's not talk about the game no more.
See, but this is why I place multiple bets. You know what I mean? You just don't go ahead and just be like, yeah, this is for sure. You know what I mean?
Listen, I had a ticket that is now destroyed. That was a guarantee hit, and everything hit, but Donovan Mitchell scoring. So I don't even want to talk about it no more.
Yeah.
So I need to get some more help because all of y'all are degenerates.
No.
Pretty much.
And I guess while we're here, I don't know if anybody has the backstory, but Miles Austin has been suspended for gambling. I didn't even know he was on the coaching staff. I forget which team. I think it was.
Wasn't it the New York Jets?
I think it was a New York team. I haven't read enough on it to figure out what exactly he did, but he broke the rules. So, and it's based on what I saw in that Washington game. Referees is gambling too, not this week. Last
Lord mercy.
Because this week it got ugly in the second half.
Seems like the world needed intervention, Kenny.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, gambling. It's a huge industry now, and everybody's getting in on it. Yeah. Hey, man,
it's everywhere.
It's your money. I can't tell you what to do with your money.
Oh, time out. It's free money right now. Free money.
I got the free bets I'm hitting with.
Free money.
Until the bets are not free.
Just don't call me and don't call me and tell me y'all on the street, because then I'm really getting concerned.
8-point game, 3 minutes.
Hey, man, he ain't gonna that Southern hospitality.
I don't even want to talk about the game no more. My feelings gonna get hurt.
No. Jared Allen's getting buckets right now at the free throw line.
That's not helping us anyway.
Is Donovan Mitchell even on the court?
Yeah, he's on the floor.
This is about to turn into a Cavs show.
Garland just not looking his way.
He looking them off. That's what he done. Sorry, we'll get to it. Everybody pretty much has the Chargers covering. So we'll see what happens. Hope for the best. 3.5 is what we got. So we'll add that to the tally. Just a quick update for the basically almost one of the last episodes before the end of the year. Dev is at 22-24 for his NFL picks. Kenny is over 500 at 29-7. I am leading the pack in almost a blowout at 35-22. And Chris is at 10-11. So Chris, obviously, he's been getting educated, so we'll give him some grace. But we did have Christmas Day picks. A lot of great games from the start of the day to the end of the day. The Knicks came out hot. and then
got cooled down by the best center in the league.
Best center in the league.
Best center in the league. That there was another guy that played yesterday.
With a 40-point.
Hold on, let's just say one of the best centers.
Yeah.
While y'all say that, I will continue to say the best center in the league. That's just me, and that's the bias talking. And I'm gonna let it be known as the bias talking.
Hey, Chris, as a fan that agrees with you, if Joker keep doing this and fool around and win a third straight MVP, we gotta end that conversation. Like, I think Embiid could have won one of the last two easy, definitely last year. But I think last year, if Joker three-peat, that's different.
But if he three-peat and no finals appearance, is it anything different?
Well,
I think it'll be different. I think the only way he gets it again is he's going to have to be the 1 or 2 seed. Like, they're going to have to win this year. And if they win, I mean, you can't argue for Embiid. It ain't like he done anything in the postseason. So
no. I was just throwing that out there. Like,
but to be fair though,
we know what he did.
I'm going with Jason Tatum. I'm going with Jason Tatum right now.
Thank you, Dev. I'm with Jason Tatum. I seen it was a lump of stars, superstars that were on the cusp, and we're all like, can they take their team to the finals? Tatum has done it. I'm waiting for Luka to do it. I'm waiting for Jokic to do it. It's some stars/superstars that were waiting for them to take their team to the finals.
Luka would have did it, but he ran into the GOAT last year. What you want? He tried.
Here we go with this GOAT conversation. He was lucky to get past Ja Morant.
But he did. And we're going to talk about Memphis because Memphis about to have to shut up. We'll get to it. I seen a little quote on your show.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Oh man, I guess she like Memphis. She said she out of here. But either way, they got to figure it out.
What you do, man? What you do, right?
that goat. That she said, I'm out.
That was it.
Something crazy. I'm out. I'm not watching this.
That's the problem. People been trying to educate people and don't nobody want to listen. And so they leave and leading the blind off a cliff. We can start at the top. Knicks, Philly. We had all picked Philly to win, so not a huge surprise there. Harden put up some big numbers, and basically Harden said Philly or strip club suck because I'm trying to get back to Houston. So
I'm not buying that.
Why else would you want to go to Houston?
Yeah, if you want to win a championship, there's no way. He's just using that to try to get some more money because he gave some money back, took a little hometown discount.
They already tampered. We already know he getting the bag. So
I know, but he gave a little money back so they could sign the 3-and-D guy.
PJ Tucker.
PJ Tucker
signed the house, and they're not even the only one that's looking good is Melton right now.
Yo, he went nuts.
Yeah, he can shoot that thing. Yeah.
But he was like that in Memphis. That was my favorite pickup. Everybody else is like,
you're right.
Big corner from Kyrie, 121, 111, 2 minutes left. I'm not sure.
That's gonna be wait, Ray. Your TV's ahead of mine. You got to stop. I tried to ask politely.
I'm watching on the iPad.
Listen, your iPad's ahead of mine, please.
Yeah, you're ahead.
Please.
Oh, my bad. Usually I'm behind. My bad. Well, I'm trying to give it to the people.
The people got to wait. Let me up there. Money's on the line. The people got to wait.
Hey, Chris, spoiler alert. Darius Garland got the ball and he's not passing.
Listen.
He went on.
Dallas black uniforms are kind of hard too.
Yeah, I didn't know already balled up this ticket now.
I can't do it. Ray's just making it worse.
My bad. All right, we will move to the next game because Philly did what Philly does. Luka on Dirk's statue. I thought that was amazing
real statue.
Like that was really well. I didn't expect anything less from Mark Cuban. But on the statue unveiling, Christmas Day in Dallas. I will pass it to you, Dev, who picked the Lakers. Can you explain to us what happened in the game?
They just ran out of juice. You know what I mean? It was just like I think the Mavericks put up 51 points in the third quarter. And you know what I mean? If you can't match that for real. You know what I mean? That's
51.
yes. They go look at that third quarter.
That third quarter, I mean, it was well deserved though. It was well deserved.
You know what I mean? So, and right now, while we don't have AD or anybody that can kind of back up LeBron, it's like LeBron putting up 30 for nothing for real. You know what I mean? It's just like, I'm not saying he's patting the stats because he looked like he's out there trying to win, but when your supporting cast is not good enough, you know what I mean?
Wait till I see Donovan Mitchell on this fast break. You're going to be sick.
Listen, Ray.
Did Katie
I'm about to leave the show.
Okay.
He did. I was about to say we got drama because Kevin Durant fouled out. There was a turnover.
Listen, man, I'm about to be a viewer. I can't do this. You're ruining Ray. I'm begging you nicely.
Oh man, this is crazy. So I saw this. I forget, it might have been one of y'all, maybe it was another member of an ASAP fan, but I wanted to pose this to you guys. There's been a lot of Rob Pelinka talk in recent days due to the Lakers' poor season. However, what confuses me is 2 weeks ago when AD was on this MVP run and everybody was AD this and AD that and this is AD and blah 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 and AD rah rah rah. There was title talk. It was this team does this da 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 da. I'm just talking about the people that I see on the internet.
Oh, okay, got you.
There were a lot of people that were really hyping that run that they were on. Man, Chris, I just want you to know I'm your man, so I'm just not gonna talk. But Lord,
this is wild.
This is crazy. But I guess I'm torn. If the Lakers are healthy, do we think they are a good team or not a good team? Are they the team that was streaking, or are they the team we saw come up short because they don't have enough people? Dev, I'll start with you.
What was the question? I just got mad again, man. The Clippers just messed my bed up again.
All right.
Kyrie
doing work. He still got the tape over the Nikes. I like it. My question was, are the Lakers when healthy good or not?
Good as far as what? Making the playoffs?
That's what LeBron James, he contends. That's it. We ain't gonna disrespect LeBron. He don't play unless it's
not with the team that we have now. No, we are not a contender. We still don't have shooters. To spread the floor. The bench is just, it's not going to get it done. If you don't have a bench, and that's what I just stated, that's going to be Memphis' downfall. By y'all just saying how Shea Milton with the Philly, that's a key piece that Memphis is having, and Memphis to beat Golden State, you know what I mean, you're going to have to have depth. And that's right now that the Lakers failed to have since the bubble. We don't have depth. We don't have the Markieff Morris. We don't have the Kyle Kuzma. We don't have the White Howard. And you know what I mean? It's like plethora of people that you can just run down from that bubble team that, you know, you was like, all right, we got shooters, you got big men, you got people that you can surround LeBron with. Things get tough. I'm not saying that he's playing with scrubs, but they are average players. You know what I mean? They are not a team that people that you can put out there and say that you can automatically. You can't beat the New Orleans Pelicans, who's an up and coming team right now. You can't safely say that. You can't safely say you can beat a Dame Lillard less Trailblazers. You know what I mean? You just can't say that, and that's a shame with a team with a LeBron that you can't beat these younger up and coming teams anymore. So, and that's the Lakers' fault. You know what I mean? I think it's time to start see what Scottie Pippen Jr. can do now. It's time to start putting these young guys in now, because there ain't no reason to go in the draft and draft them and leave them in the D League and then try to put
draft picks.
Right, and then like you just said, don't have draft picks. It's might as well. What you need to see now is what type of young guys that you have left in the gun to keep LeBron and AD around, or it's time to break this team up.
And so that brings me to John's question, and I'll open it up to the guys. I personally am tired of hearing AD when he was going through that run. I've been quiet. I try to not bash people publicly. I do. I know it don't seem like
Really?
it don't seem like it.
Lies,
But
man.
a lot of the stuff I say be supportive.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
And then people be shooting at me for my positivity. So then I gotta start shooting back.
What do you mean by that?
So I didn't speak on AD. When he was hot, I ain't say nothing. When he got hurt, I ain't really say nothing. But I don't think as a team you can rely on Anthony Davis. I would not touch Anthony Davis. If I could get off of Anthony Davis, I would get off of him yesterday. Like he needs to get. If I was Rob, I would have sat him after that week, and when he got hot, I'd have traded him. I would have traded him then. But I'll open it up to you.
By Claxton.
If you're Rob Pelinka, what do you do with Anthony Davis at this point?
I don't even know. It was ain't nobody gonna bite on him, really. You know what I mean? They
will if they could get 50 cents on the dollar.
So he's a max player, so that limits your pool. If you're Phoenix, do you make that call? Do you make that trade?
No. Because who's gonna be your big man? They don't.
Because you're gonna have to give up Ayton in that deal in order to match the salary.
And then if you gave up JaVale McGee to Dallas, so now you don't have a. I think that backup center is.
Or you can package CP3, DeAndre Ayton for Russ and AD.
But Phoenix, if you're Phoenix, are you doing that?
Do you think you can win with your current collection? Because I don't.
You're in the minority on that.
I mean, that's fine. I'm always in the minority. I love it. I know what I just saw. I watched them play. And we're going to get to Mr. Ayton in just a minute.
I got to ball all my tickets up now.
Chris, I know you quiet over there, but if you're Rob Pelinka, what do you do with AD?
I mean, I definitely am quiet. Listen, this is upsetting night by Donovan Mitchell. But what would I do with AD? I don't even know what to do with Anthony Davis. It's so much of a question mark. I hear what you're saying during that run. You would have traded him, but it's like they're still trying to. I feel like in their minds they feel like they can win if they make it to the playoffs. They make it to the play-in. They can make some noise. Here's my thing: reality check. Y'all can't. The roster just is not good enough. Yes, you saw what LeBron did on Christmas Day. We'll talk about that more.
Ouch.
Amazing. That's why LeBron is. LeBron is.
Say it like that.
13 and 20. God,
listen, exactly. Like the roster isn't good enough for them to win. Anthony Davis just was on one of the best. That stretch Anthony Davis was playing on was the best we've seen him play since his first year with the Lakers. That's what I believe. I think he was on that path to show why. At one point in time, we were saying Anthony Davis is about to be the new face of the league. We were saying Anthony Davis, how we kind of talk about Giannis is how we was talking about AD. The difference is Giannis sustained that level of play, if not got better every year. He didn't get hurt and regress like Anthony Davis is doing right now. So to Kenny's point, if you're trading him, you're not going to get his full value. You're not going to get, what you had to trade away to get Anthony Davis, you're not going to get that back. So in my mind, if you want to trade AD, that means you want to hit the reset button on everything.
That's
Lakers get.
I don't think that's enough salary wise.
It would be dumb to do that.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I saw the first name.
Yeah, I seen OG.
I seen OG. I seen even Otto Porter. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just looking at the names. Even Precious.
You know what I mean? I keep a Thaddeus Young because he's more aggressive.
No, better.
That lineup. Don't get me wrong. That lineup.
That's the lineup. Oh yeah.
A healthy team. That is a great lineup.
Yes,
I'll be honest. That's a great lineup in the East.
He ain't gonna. But you gotta sit here and think. If AD can't be healthy in a warm climate weather, what makes you think he's gonna be healthy in a cold climate weather?
I just can't believe that. That Mitchell really did this tonight. I'm sorry.
As someone who has bet on Donovan Mitchell a number of times in the past, I don't bet on Donovan Mitchell.
Nah, but you can't. 15 points on 5 of 16 shooting is outrageous.
Like, and then he stopped shooting in early third quarter.
He stopped shooting and just started passing the ball.
Go back and look at him throughout his career. He did this in Utah too. Trust me.
But look, I believe you. But why he have to do this tonight? I'm gonna send you screenshots of these tickets at the end of the night. And
they just be knowing. I don't know how they know.
Clippers. I just need the Clippers just to score. I just need the Clippers to win this.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Ray.
Yeah,
what team? What can you think of 2 teams that could put together a package for Anthony Davis right now?
Yeah, I think there's teams that can put together a package. I don't know what teams would want to put together.
That's what I mean. Like, can you think of a team that would want Anthony Davis right now, where they're at, and in their conference, or where they're at with their rebuild, or where they're at just in general?
The one team we just talked about, I could see him in Detroit.
Okay.
I think he could
maybe Chicago. You think Chicago maybe thinks is bringing them back home and then capture the magic and
I just don't think Chicago. What
they got the pieces. They could put Vucevic and somebody else in there to make it work.
Vucevic and DeRozan.
That was way too much money, and Chicago should not give up DeRozan for AD. That
yeah, but they could do like
they give up first round pick, injured guy for injured guy,
and maybe another piece.
Here's a team that I think
Mike Hughes would probably know better what the.
I trade, and I said this early, and I'm gonna stand by it. If I'm them, I offer AD and my 2027 first round pick for Trae Young, and I go try and get him. They ain't working in Atlanta, and they need a stretch big that could play with DeJounte Murray. It's not that roster is not good enough. The East is way too deep.
I don't know if Atlanta is willing to get rid of Trae Young. I think he's their guy.
Yeah, I think it's too soon. I think the whole
DeJounte Murray
and with them, Kenny, I don't know if you were going to say this. I'm agree with you. I think it's too soon to break that up and say that's not working.
Yeah, you gotta give that at least one season, because here's the thing: like those two guys, like think about back with Miami with LeBron and D Wade. It took them a minute to figure out.
This is not LeBron and D Wade though.
Just hear me out. It took them a minute to figure out that LeBron needed to have the ball in his hands and he needed to be the primary ball handler for that team to be at its best. So I think right now with
older in his career and a lot more willing to capitulate.
I understand.
Ain't taking no back seat, and Trae Young ain't taking no back seat.
They
need somebody to convince them to. But I think Trae needs to take the back seat, and I don't think that's gonna happen.
But yeah, I think he could play off the ball better than Murray could, because he shoots it better than Murray. So, to your point, I think he's better at playing off the ball and coming off screens like your boy Curry. But I think the main thing is that you gotta, and especially you might need to, if you do make a deal, you make a deal for a veteran guy that's going to be able to come in there and kind of talk to those guys and massage the egos and be the UD type of guy in your locker room. The kind of, back in the day for the Knicks, it was a guy like Herb Williams, but you get like that veteran guy, John Sally type of guy, where he's able to talk to them young bulls and kind of, stir them in the right direction, and they'll listen to him because he has the experience, and he, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, as a coach, I know
don't want AD. Let me be abundantly clear.
Oh, we
do not want AD.
When you start speaking French.
Hey, now this man is
when you start speaking French.
And when did he when did he stop being a Wizards? Oh, he already checked out.
Whoa! I'm never not a Wizards fan. Don't do that. I was joking. Somebody said they said I'm a Warriors fan because of my Steph love. It was a joke.
Okay.
I do support Golden State. But
I'm just checking. We got some.
Don't do that.
We got some flip floppers. I'm about to start calling you Freddie Henderson.
Team first. Always.
Oh man!
Shut up, Freddie.
Hold on.
One more time, Dev. One more time.
Like 2 more times.
John, I think the Warriors game is next. No, we have Boston next. I don't know what the Warriors need to do with James Wiseman. He's on the rookie deal, so he's cheap.
What up, Jonathan? You like that?
But I don't know if he's the answer. Like, he might just have to become like a defensive player, which I think is what he's becoming because they keep sending him down to the G League. So I don't know what to do with Wiseman. I don't know his value.
He's young though. Like you gotta give those guys time, especially big. Some of them come in and get it right away. But with big man, sometimes you gotta be patient with them because it takes them a minute.
And they are, and they have been, and I respect that. But I don't know. Shout out Jonathan Mathis in here. Definitely friend him on Facebook. He will definitely keep you entertained. He be wilding. ASAP fam all day.
Hey, listen, I would like to know what Jonathan's take is on AD, whether or not, because I seen him post today about firing Pelinka. He's on that train. It took him a minute because I've been on that for a minute.
Oh, I just don't know what you expected him to do. Other than the Russ trade. The Russ trade was a bad trade. But we know that wasn't his decision. He got it done, but that wasn't his idea. So I just think there's a bunch of people that's telling a bunch of things, and he just doing what they tell him to do. I don't think that's his fault. And he got him a ring not that long ago. People forget you could have a great run and beat a bunch of
that
great
was Magic. You would probably give more credit to Magic because he's the one that got LeBron.
No, I don't. He did get LeBron. I 100% agree with that, but I seen Magic run in the front office for a while, and it was ugly for a little bit. But yeah, 80 injury prone. I think you get him out of there as soon as you can, and you take whatever you can get. Have we
ever seen? But I'm sorry. Have we ever seen the Lakers do a full rebuild? They've never blown it up. So I mean,
the team was pretty bad post Kobe before LeBron. It wasn't.
But I don't think. But it wasn't for.
But we had a lot of young talent, though.
That's what I'm saying.
We had a young Julius Randle, a young
young
Brandon
Lonzo, young
Ingram.
D'Angelo.
That's
I think
the
Kuzma
rebuild.
was soon. Like
the
young talent was there. I don't think that's not going to happen right now with this LeBron. It's going to be bad.
No,
it's going to be.
They're going to keep trying.
So, but you can't blow it up because there's no draft picks to replenish.
Well, unless you do a Carmelo type of deal, with the Denver
and just trade for draft picks.
Yeah,
yeah, but nobody's going to come play because the team sucks. Like you could get players to come play for the vet minimum when it was LeBron and AD in the prime, or LeBron and Wade and LeBron and most people. I don't think those veterans are taking that discount. They can go to Milwaukee. They can go to Boston. They can go to Golden State. They can go to a bunch of other places that the Lakers are not. They can go to the Clippers. Like we just saw John Wall do something similar. I think the Lakers got a long road ahead. Y'all better hold on until
be patient, Lakers
LeBron break this record and celebrate the record. And that's going to be our shining moment.
I think that might be, but you know what, Ray? You make a great point. That could be the tipping point. And maybe they're just waiting for LeBron to break that record. And then after that, then it's all bets off. And then they just go ahead and class, man.
You ain't lying.
Jonathan taking shots at the audience.
It is sad, too, though. Like, AD is talented, and he didn't Greg Oden us or nothing like that. He's managed to stay around. But it's like, man, what should have or could have been just didn't. And that's disappointing. Injuries really, really robbed him of that.
It's just some big guys, though.
But he still had a great career.
It's always
like he's not like Zion that he was heavy. He wasn't.
No, I mean, I'm talking about
fragile.
Fragile
bones.
11, 7 feet guys. It seems like with some of
Duncan
them,
and Garnett managed to make it.
They did, but they're kind of like the exception to the rule. Almost.
If he didn't get blood clots, he managed.
But again, another one. Greg Oden, Darunas, Big Z over in Cleveland. Bill Walton, all the way back to Bill Walton.
Walton's a good comp.
The young guy
like,
that just
he
got
was
drafted, the number 1 pick, he's already going down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about
Embiid had some health challenges
Embiid,
early in his career, so it's a lot of guys.
Yeah, it is. It is. But a lot of them turned it around, and Bill Walton
They
snuck
did.
his way
So,
into.
but AD's about to be 30, right? Isn't he like 28 or 29?
His best years,
You know,
I would argue, are behind him based on his.
That's what I'm
history.
saying. I don't know if it's gonna, I don't know if it's gonna get better. Well, he's a guard, so I don't know. He wouldn't really fit that category.
But let's get to Boston and Milwaukee. I thought Chris Middleton was back, but he's not. So I don't know if that's a new injury.
That was cameo.
But I thought he would have been back and healthy now. I am not a Chris Middleton fan. Y'all talk about what Donovan Mitchell has done. Chris Middleton had put up some single-digit scoring games, and I need him to get like 10 points and boost some of my tickets. So I'm definitely not a Chris Middleton fan at all for that reason. But did we see the best team in the East in Boston? Chris, I'll start with you.
As painful as it hurts to say, I think Boston right now might be the best team in the East. I think Jason Tatum is really playing at an MVP level, and people don't want to talk about. We talk about Jokic, we talk about Luka, talk about all these guys, and Tatum to me is just showing he's taking his game to another level. Not only on offensive end, but I see him making plays on the defensive end. I think the addition of Malcolm Brogdon is showing his head not as much as I thought it would. I thought it'd be more, but this team as a unit. Even addition of Blake Griffin, just somehow as a unit, to me, they've got better. I think they understand their task, whereas now championship or bust. And this, to me, right now, might be the best unit in the Eastern Conference. I'm curious to see how it's going to be in the playoffs. It's all about matchups. But I will say this. If Gallinari did not get hurt, I think they'd be head and shoulders above everybody right now.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah. That's a really good point. Y'all know how I feel about Boston, so I like Boston.
Real quick though, shout out to the coach. Shout out to the coach for keeping the train going.
Say that.
Shout out to because a lot of people, including myself, at first I had Boston written off. New coach. I'm not a fan of getting a new coach and you have it especially right before the season. I'm never a fan of that. But shout out to the coach. I can't think of his name right now, but for keeping the train going.
Mazzulla.
Yeah, shout out to him for keeping the train going.
Also, Dev, I don't know if you noticed, but the Clippers are up 5 in overtime.
Yeah, I'm a little quiet, man. That's why I'm over here.
Oh, my bad. My bad. My bad.
Hey, be quiet, man. Don't say nothing yet. I ain't expect them to struggle against Detroit like this.
Neither did I. I'll be honest. And okay, Cunningham too.
Right.
Out for the season. That's sad.
Yeah, man. Get well soon. I hate to see that.
Yeah. So I guess I'll get Dev your opinion as far as Boston. Are they for real? Is this their year? New coach, Marcus Smart. Shout out to him. Got married. Got engaged. I'm sorry. Put out a tweet, said he was leaving. Had people up in arms. So shout out to him. Congratulations. John, I turned off that game. It wasn't that appealing to me.
I'm about to tune into it now for the second half.
Yeah, I jumped to this overtime game, but I did not see that. So let me see if I can pull it up. If not, I'm sure it'll be on the internet here shortly. But Dev, you said you fear Boston.
Yeah, Boston right now is they checking off boxes again. You know what I mean? Right now they are regular season best in the East right now. I ain't going finish. I ain't going to give them straight best yet. You still gotta go through Milwaukee. Milwaukee is still champs. From the East, the last East champs, if I'm not mistaken. So,
the Celtics won it last year.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the finals. Period.
Oh, got you. Yeah.
So I think Milwaukee was the last East team to actually win the finals.
Good thing I want to go.
But we ain't gonna kill that. But
nobody's feeding it.
You still gotta go through Milwaukee. whenever Chris Middleton do come back, he was there for a split second. I didn't know he was out the lineup until Christmas Day. But right now Boston is I think every team should fear them. You know, between them and the Brooklyn Nets. Like me and Ray was talking earlier. I did not know they had TJ Warren on the Brooklyn Nets bench.
Mhm.
And if
y'all didn't know that?
No.
As soon as I found that out, I knew what it was hitting for. I said that was my steal of free agency.
If Shorty can return to bubble form, the Brooklyn Nets are going to be scary. You know what I mean? They're going to be scary. And
They have
a toxic teammate that puts on his team all the time, so I'm sure he'll destroy their chemistry at some point.
Here you go. Anyway, but Boston, right now, I think, far as chemistry wise, core wise, depth wise, I think Boston has that. And right now, without Middleton, that's what Milwaukee is kind of missing to be clicking on all cylinders.
Hey, sorry, I'm gonna pivot real quick. I didn't know this. Tua got a concussion this past week?
I just found that out too. He's in concussion protocol right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm talking about it right now. Shut him down. All right. I'd say they shouldn't have came back the first time.
I don't need like they even gonna make the playoffs. They just sliding away. Yeah. They are 0-4 in December.
Tua hasn't got the big deal yet. He's still in his rookie contract.
Still
rookie.
Yep.
I guess you got to play at least to try and get the big deal, but he should really consider his future. That's not good.
You know, but I think this is on the organization as well. Like, you got to save him from himself. Like, as an athlete, you're gonna always try to push the envelope and try to get back on the field. So at some point, it's up to the organization to, you know, kind of take the ball out of his hands and say, like, no, we're not doing that.
Kenny, that sounds great, but this is football.
It is.
That doesn't happen.
And that organization doesn't give you any reason to think that they would do that in any way, shape, or form.
Especially when they ain't technically out of it mathematically yet. So if you got a shot, they gonna roll the dice. Like, that's clear. We are gonna get to the Dolphins in a minute, though. I didn't know he had a concussion before I came up with the topic. So that's interesting. Prayers to him, because that's a lot. That's a lot of concussions in a short period of time.
That is 3 in 1 year.
It's 3.
Is it 2?
It's like 3.
That is 3.
All this year.
That's all this year.
Yeah, that's scary.
It's probably 3 in 3 months? 3 or 4 months for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I wonder if his family is going to kind of intervene and try to get him.
I don't think this will be the last one he get, because the offensive line ain't that great. And he, at this point, he just getting them like popping Advil or something. That's terrible. Mike, it's always love. You know that, man. Mike, it's always love.
No doubt. Some
fast break and all that. So we all in this together. We in the same fight. I agree. You got to, but do you got to? Here's the other thing. Do I got to protect him if I don't think he even coming back?
See, that's where the business comes in.
You need to protect any quarterback.
I'm not planning on bringing him back. All I got him.
That's why. That's where the business side comes in.
Somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because Jimmy G might be available. There might be quarterbacks available this offseason.
But what quarterback that you can actually say is safe behind that offensive line?
Somebody
there's the real GOAT, Tom Brady. That's
we gonna get to it. Don't be spoiling it.
Man, I don't think Tom Brady wants to play behind that offensive line.
He having a hard time. He
real.
He got wide receiver skill positions, but if you ain't got time to throw the ball,
but he gets it out of his hands.
You talking about Jimmy G? He's coming back off a broken ankle. He ain't gonna have no time back.
True story.
Nobody want the Anglo quarter. They're gonna have all these talented wide receivers
available. But watch, Ron Rivera gonna keep Carson Wentz, y'all. Watch, he loves Carson Wentz. I don't know why. We'll get to that in a minute. I keep saying we'll get to it. We got so much to get to, but man, I hate Carson Wentz and he loves him. I don't understand.
Well, you be using hate lately today.
No, there's a couple people like I'm over.
Did you
like,
go to church yesterday, brother?
I didn't.
See, that's why
Jesus is
evenness is coming out.
But these grown men be blowing me. Ron Rivera is a nice man, but he sucks as a coach. Like,
that's not a scary team done.
He's not getting it done. But the game we all been waiting for.
Chicago.
Wait, no, this is Memphis, Golden State. Shocked me. Just for the record, we can get to it. I went 4-1 on my picks. I had Philly, Dallas, Boston, Memphis, and Denver. Went against my better judgment and picked against the Dubs. Go figure, and they won. At this point, Memphis, like I said earlier, shut up. Y'all got to go win something. Go win something. Clay said it, and I thought it was very eloquent. You talking dynasty, you ain't won one. Right. You ain't been to a finals, and you talking dynasty?
Right.
Like,
have they been was that the conference finals? No, they didn't even get to the conference finals yet, have they? Oh no, it was the year before they did. Did they play? Was it?
No.
I think so. It was the second round.
Y'all got hurt 2 years ago.
Yeah, because Dallas, they ain't even made to the conference finals yet. Yeah, they gotta relax.
So
damn, son, where'd you find this?
I was somebody that got on here and said I like that they talk. I like the arrogance, I like the confidence, but you can't talk to them. You can talk to Phoenix, you can talk to Denver, don't talk to Golden State.
You got to stay in your weight class.
Like, talk, you got to prove it on the court because this ain't getting it done. And that was embarrassing. I ain't gonna lie to you. You shouldn't have lost to that team. Like, you shouldn't. You had Draymond getting 13-13. Like, Jordan Poole was cooking early. Like, and then they threw him out. Lord have mercy. The guy, he just got to grow up a little bit. You too valuable to be getting that tag. Like,
yeah, he got talent, man. He got a chance to be really special.
He does, which is why Clay's expendable. But we'll talk about that another time. But yeah, Memphis didn't get it done. If you're Memphis on your flight home, what do you say, Chris?
Why did we talk all that trash just to lose? Like, I mean, obviously they're not going to say that, but that should have been a winnable game. I look at some of the factors that cost them to lose. I look at Jaren Jackson getting in foul trouble early. That was a hurt piece. I'll be honest. I think Jaren Jackson, he's not playing up to the potential I thought he would be. I also would look at it and say we got to be a better defensive team. Jordan Poole went crazy. Klay Thompson went crazy. DiVincenzo went crazy. You giving up what?
That was
18 threes they gave up?
I don't like him.
He stood up the bench. He'll give you something.
He had a good game, but it's somebody that watches that team a lot. And he was in Sacramento.
But in Milwaukee, he had some moments in Milwaukee.
Yeah, he had some moments in Milwaukee.
You're talking about a guy that's 3 and D off the bench, and he's giving you 19.
But man, he came up huge. But watch, there'll be another game, and he will not show up, or he'll go.
But you're not
streaking. But you're not exactly. He's streaking. You're not looking at him to be your 19 a night type of guy. I mean, he's just playing his role right now because you have no Wiggins, you have no Steph. But back to your point, what would you say if you're Memphis? Jaren Jackson can't get 5 fouls that early. Desmond Bane, I know you've been out the loop, but 0 for 7 from 3 not gonna cut it. And somebody needs to help out Ja Morant.
He do.
Ja had no help.
None.
I mean, his biggest help was, I'll probably say, Tyus Jones, his backup. Looking at watching the game and looking at the box score, I'm seeing Tyus Jones 13 points off the bench. Brooks wasn't consistent. Jaren Jackson in foul trouble. Looking at Adams to score. Yes, he gives you 14 rebounds, but he gives you no points. And Desmond Bane, again, I know it's your first game back in a while, but 0 for 7 for the 3-point line is not going to cut it.
Not good enough. So, Kenny, I'll ask you, does Memphis need to make a move? Can this team win as constructed?
I think they're kind of in that same what we was talking about earlier with the Hawks, that they need another veteran. I think they got too many young guys. Because I think that's what they're missing. Like, they got the talent, there's no question. They got, but they don't have the experience. And so I think that they need to. And here's, I'm gonna throw one out at you. I think they might need to get on the phone with Carmelo Anthony. Because we know if there's one thing Carmelo can do is get buckets. And when you're struggling, to get baskets, and then sometimes, like he was talking about, where you got Jaren Jackson getting in foul trouble, and you can, throw Carmelo in there at that stretch 4, and he can make some things happen for you offensively. Defensively, not so much, but off the bench, you just need somebody that's going to give you some scoring punch, because they were playing a guy. I don't think Tillman is the answer. He's solid, but I don't think he's anything to write home about. So I think they need some more scoring punch off the bench. So I do think they need to make a move for a veteran.
Comment, I agree. Because the other part that we're not talking about is they let this Warriors team score 123 with no Wiggins and no Steph. That's not good enough. And obviously, Golden State is Superman at home and Clark Kent on the road. So I will add that in for whatever reason. But I don't know. I didn't like what I saw. And I'm a Memphis fan. I'm a Ja fan. Not as much of the shoes. But I'm concerned about Memphis. I don't think this roster gets it done.
You know what I think Memphis is going to have to really dive in with everything that everybody said? We'll have to start with Ja Morant shooting. Shorty going to have to find somewhere other than diving at the rim all day long. He going to have a consistent jumper.
Mid-range at least. That three-pointer is horrible.
And if he can't have a consistent jump, because that's what's been hurting Giannis all these years. Very athletic, can get to the rim. Doesn't need that much space to score and all this other stuff. And that's like Ja Morant, just in a smaller frame.
Yeah, Giannis ain't gonna take 10 threes with his ability to shoot either. He might take 5, but he ain't gonna take 10.
But you know what I mean? But we all kept saying that Giannis just needed a consistent jumper. You know what I mean? It don't have to be threes. It just need to have the defense draw to you a little bit closer. And that's what Ja Morant gonna have to do as far as him in his 3-point lane. Nobody fears that he's a threat once he's up on that 3-point line. Everybody fears he's a threat once he's get below that free throw line.
I think what he needs, he's gonna need to get with somebody like D Wade or DeRozan, because I don't think he has to be a knockdown 3-point shooter, but he needs to find somewhere in that intermediate that he can dominate. Like KD gets the elbow, Ja Morant can get wherever he wants, but he has to get all the way to the basket. He needs maybe a more consistent floater. He needs something in that.
He needs that mid-range. He needs that mid-range game. And
keep you off.
And he's got to go away from the analytics. He's got to play to his strengths. Like that mid-range, he's just got to get that mid-range game to keep the defense honest. Because if they keep going under on those ball screens and you just keep trying to attack the basket, you're just like running your head up against a brick wall. So you just need a 15 to 18 footer that he can keep defenses honest. And once he gets that, and
another guy that developed a decent little mid-range.
That's what I'm saying. That's all you need. Like that. But also to Memphis, though, Memphis has to stop trying to make him something that he's not. Like if he, you know what I mean? Like if you're going to try to force him to be a 3-point shooter, then that's not working. I mean, listen, my uncle made a 17-year career out of the mid-range jumper. So like it's possible, and we can't always just pigeonhole people into this either threes or layups. Like there's another part of the game.
Man, DeMar DeRozan is making a living off these
absolutely.
So I definitely think he has to add something there, but that's more for, in my opinion, that's more for his career longevity. For this team to win, Dylan Brooks can't give you 13 and go 1 of 6, and Desmond Bain go 0 of 7 and give you 9. Like if
I'm not really sold on
Desmond Bain was most improved, I believe, or that. I think Ja won
I'm with you on that.
Desmond said he should have been, or Ja said Desmond should have won it. So if he was supposed to be most improved, you need to be around 18, 20 points a game. That needs to be consistent. Dylan Brooks should be in that 15 to 17 every game. Ja Morant makes life easier for them. He's not a great passer, but he make life easy enough. They need more consistent offense.
No, he's a good passer though. He finds people.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's good enough.
Yeah.
He's not amazing, but he's solid. He's above solid.
Yeah, he's good.
They got to be more consistent, and if they can't, go get.
But Dylan Brooks is another one that got to work on his jumper because he's another one that misses.
He's a streaky shooter.
I don't trust him. Every time he shoots, I'm like, I don't believe in that.
Exactly. It don't look like it's going in.
So, Chris, I have a question for you. Actually, I was just thinking as I look through this roster.
Okay.
You guys have a max player in Tobias.
Come on, Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Memphis has opportunity. I think Tobias would be a great fit in someone like Memphis. Is there anybody in Memphis that you would want to make that trade? Or are you rocking with Tobias for the year?
I mean, we traded with Memphis already. Mm-hmm. So I think if it's somebody else we wanted or we felt confident in, we would get. And like I also have to be a realist. There's only one person on their roster that would fit perfect with the Sixers, but we're not going to be able to get him. And that's Jaren Jackson. What he brings at that forward position, which is shooting and defense. I mean, should he be able to score more? Trouble. Absolutely. But honestly, looking at their roster, say it again.
You could play him at the 5 and give Embiid a blow.
Exactly. But everybody else,
foul trouble.
We don't need Bane. We already have Maxey. We don't need Brooks.
I think Brooks would be an upgrade over PJ Tucker. He looked kind of lost.
But the trade value.
PJ Tucker has been lost since he left Milwaukee.
True.
I'm sorry.
It ain't been the same. Right?
And these teams that he's going to,
he just hasn't been the same.
He just don't fit right.
He really hasn't been the same since the Rockets. If we talking about shooting wise,
he been real.
No, I was talking about the perfect team that fits PJ Tucker is Milwaukee. The grit and grind team that fights very to the end. You know what I mean? I thought Miami was going to be that team too.
I think he fits well in Philly. He's not playing up to PJ Tucker standards. His role is the same. Play defense, shoot corner threes. He got his he played with his favorite player.
But he don't. The thing about it is his shooting percentage is down this year. So that's kind of hurt. That's hurting y'all. It wouldn't hurt Milwaukee because they're not looking for him to be that 3-point guy. You know what I mean? He was just that defensive guy that gave Giannis a break against some of the stars. So that's why I say his best fit was just Milwaukee, where his shooting percentage was still high, but he wasn't shooting as much as Philly probably won him in back when he did in Houston.
I mean, like his shooting percentage isn't bad. The problem is he's not shooting enough. Like I'm looking at his stats right now. His stats are trash because he's not shooting enough.
But I think he's nervous. I don't think the confidence is there. Even if the percentage ain't bad, when I watch him play, he don't look confident.
He don't look like the guy that used to just catch and shoot. And I feel like Harden or somebody needs to be, listen, if you get the ball anywhere at the 3-point line, especially in that corner, I don't care if it's 2 people running at you. Shoot the ball. That's why you're here.
Absolutely.
He was leading the league in 3-point percentage from the corner for years.
Yes. We are at the top.
Chicago Bulls, man. I ain't betting with them no more, man.
Hey, if you need some advice, just let me know. I can steer you away from some of the hot topics. Mitchell is a hot topic. The Bulls also a very hot topic. There's a couple teams that I've learned.
Houston, man.
Luka, bet on Luka. He consistent. Points, rebounds, assists. He give you 25, 6 and 6 almost every game. And you can usually get pretty good odds on that combination. Embiid's another trio in Joker, but Joker's points are tricky. You gotta watch betting on Joker's points.
I don't bet on Joker's points. I don't trust him.
He be up and down. But speaking of Joker, historic night. I don't know if it was a historic night, but it was a heck of a night. 41, 15, and 15 is just
you set up for this one.
But we had a bet. Dev's going to pull up. I'm sure he puts it. However, I have a caveat that I believe.
Here we go.
Be voided.
Get out of here.
Should be voided.
Hold on.
Get out of here with that.
Hold on. Hold on.
Minutes.
Get
That
out of here with
skewed
that.
the stats.
Hold
so as far as I'm
on.
concerned, it's a voided bet.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you props. I'm gonna give you props. I'm gonna give you the pros and I'm gonna give you positives first. I'm gonna give you flowers. You said that Jokic was going to get a triple double. You said it. You gave us 40 points.
Go ahead.
You gave us 40 points. You gave us 14 rebounds and 10 assists.
Woo! Talk to him, damn.
You gave us that.
Now you wanna.
You know what I mean? You gave us that. So you know what I mean? And ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead, give it up for Ray. Throw it in the comments.
I'm a clip.
This is the first time in history that Ray was right. And we all agree to it. We all agree to it. This is the first time we can all agree that Ray was right. Now,
I told y'all he was going to cook that boy.
The flip side, y'all know that Ray always like to pop his guns. Sometimes his guns don't have ammo in it.
I got it.
and he just be talking nonsense sometimes. And sometimes we have to
ignore Devin Booker not playing.
We're gonna ignore Devin Booker not playing. We're gonna ignore that because that wasn't the bet.
If he ain't that guy,
that ain't the bet.
We ain't
that
doing
was
no caveats.
That wasn't even the bet. He didn't put Devin Booker into this bet.
I said Devin Booker was gonna play.
Nah, hush, Ray. I gave you your flowers. Now I'm about to go ahead and take them back so I can get my receipt. Anywho, you said that in 27 minutes, Aiden was not going to score. He was only going to score 9 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. Ladies and gentlemen, Aiden played 38 minutes. He scored 22 points. He rebounded 16 of them things. 16. And it's his assist. He fell short in the assist. He came up with 2. But
2 blocks. Don't forget those 2 blocks.
Oh, yeah. 2 blocks. But, Ray, you said that this man was going to score 9 points in 27 minutes.
So so he got 22 and 16. The 16, phenomenal. I mean, nobody else in this team had more than 3 rebounds, but that's not important. Give you that. But y'all mean to tell me if Devin Booker would have played,
Greg had 7 rebounds,
27 minutes instead of 38. Y'all know that man's stat line was not going to look like that. That's all I'm saying. Now I'm gonna eat it. This is for the people to watch.
I can't tell,
but people with a brain
know. Taking small bites. We need you to take.
Devin Booker plays
like he chewing forever, ain't he?
Yeah.
But at the end of the first quarter, he had 3 points.
Same liver.
And then it happened. But again,
you eat like you was eating yesterday, that Christmas dinner.
The big picture is he's not that guy. Because yes, he had a whopping 22 and 16. Great job. You gave up 41, 15, and 15.
Oh, time out. What
are we talking about?
Time out. Now, that was not. See, I'm starting to see what my man Kitty be talking about, boy. You be always trying to squeeze these limits and hurry up and try to put this sugar in there so quick, man. No.
Those are facts.
No. Ray.
You know Devin Booker, the main scorer, wasn't going to play.
He had 25 and 15 with that.
He would not have did that against Jokic. It's cool. Y'all got it. You won.
Do you want to go down and place another Aiden bet, man? We can go find another key game, and hopefully Booker is playing. I give you another chance to go ahead and bite the ass.
Currently, DeAndre Ayton is averaging 17.8 and 9.7.
We ain't
1.9 assists. How trash is that? 1.
Do you like you said, you made one point, and you said that if Devin Booker was there, that means you already know that Devin Booker is your main scorer.
He's definitely
main scorer.
He's big time.
So you telling me that Ayton is not your strong second now?
That's the problem. He is the second, and that's why they ain't going nowhere.
Now, since you said that's the problem, name somebody on this roster right now that should be that you can consider a strong second right now.
Bridges needs to give you more
over Ayton. Who should be a second?
Who should be a strong second over Ayton?
I think Bridges. I think he's under. I think he should be playing better.
Your marbles. You lost your marbles.
He should be playing better.
My Bridges had 40 minutes. He had 13 points.
Not good enough.
5 of 12 shooting.
That's solid.
Man,
Bridges
was better than
you cannot give the ball to Bridges
for the last 3 years.
What's the young boy? Damian Lee was better than him yesterday.
Kenny.
Andrew Shamet lost his mind. I don't think he'll do that again this year.
Right or wrong? Right or wrong? Right or wrong? Right? If you give the ball to Mikal Bridges 5-6 straight possessions, are you confident he's going to get you double-digit points?
I don't believe he's going to shoot it those multiple times.
So how is he your second option? He doesn't look. He can't create his own basket. He's a catch and shoot type of guy.
I think that's the case for everybody on that team not named Devin Booker. For me personally,
but if you give the ball to DeAndre Ayton, he can create his own shot.
I don't see that happen very often.
He doesn't get the opportunity, but Devin Booker,
that just let me know you didn't watch the game last night.
Because when Devin Booker or Chris Paul's not there, DeAndre Ayton has the opportunity to create his own shot.
And he was shooting jump shots, jump hooks. He was in his full bag. He was hitting.
Y'all doing all this talk. He had 22 points, y'all. Let's not.
That's not a good game. Now that's not a good game. Now you see this shit I'm saying. You keep moving the goalposts. Whenever you wrong, you start moving the goalposts and changing the criteria.
15 rebounds is phenomenal, but
22 and 16 so 22 and 16 is not a big time game.
Best version. So what y'all saying is this is the best version?
Nope, because he had 25 and 15.
But here's the thing, though.
He averages 17.
But let's rewind. Let's rewind. The
25-point game and the 22-point game. He still only averaged 17.
Let's rewind to in the beginning of the show when we was talking about Donovan Mitchell. I said, dang, if Donovan Mitchell can give me 5 easy points. Now, Garland didn't hit every shot. Donovan Mitchell has stopped being aggressive in the middle of the third quarter. He was no longer the aggressor anymore.
You realize he ain't have it. Okay.
But Ayton didn't stop. So what's the difference between Ayton and Mitchell?
And actually, he could have had 30 if Landry Shamet didn't get hot. He had 17 going into the third. He had 17 points at the end of the third quarter.
Garland just got hot. Garland just got hot too.
To my point, you said he had how much at the end of the third?
He had 17.
So what happened in the fourth and overtime?
He didn't get touches. That's the point. That's the whole point.
Why don't they give him the ball? Because
Because
Shamet was the hot man.
He was rolling. That's what you're missing. And then the other part is, as a big man, you need somebody to give you the ball to be able to score.
No, got so many excuses for this.
No, because you see, we'll be trying to explain the game.
We saw Embiid and Joker play. We saw Biggs play yesterday. He wasn't
runs through Joker. And we saw the offense runs through Joker, so that's why we see his numbers.
Why does it run through Joker? Why does the offense run through Joker? Because
he's the best player on that team.
A darn good point guard.
He's the best player on that team by far, without question.
He's good. That's why the offense runs through Embiid.
No,
that's why it runs through Jokic.
Because he's the best player.
No. They are the best player on this squad.
James Harden is on that team. Don't act like Embiid ain't playing with no other players. He plays with James Harden.
Time out. Then if you're saying that now, because now you're almost making our point now. Because you're sitting there, you telling me if Embiid would have played with James Harden in Houston, You think Embiid would be like this? You think James would be looking for Embiid like this?
Yes.
No. James. Why you think Dwight Howard? Why you think him and Dwight Howard didn't get along?
Capella. What do you mean?
Why you think him and Dwight Howard didn't get along? Because Dwight Howard tried to tell him that I am a big guy that can nobody stop me down bottom. Look for me.
Disrespect James Harden. James Harden has got a ton of lobs for a bunch of bigs.
I'm not saying that he does not. I'm not saying that he doesn't. I'm telling you that when James Harden was averaging 35 a night, you think that Embiid is going to average 30 with him? Do you think the Joker would average 30 with him every night?
No one said average 30. I said the offense runs through them because even though they play with other potential Hall of Famers, the offense still runs through them because they are that good. So he's not.
So you telling me prime James Harden?
Yes.
The offense would still run through Embiid through the prime James Harden.
Embiid's numbers would be super similar.
No, because D'Antoni does not even. That's not even his style of play.
You know what, Kenny? I'll give you that. The coaching would be a factor, but James Harden as a player has proven he will play with bigs and get them involved consistently.
I'm not saying that he wasn't. I'm not saying that he didn't. But I'm saying during that time in Houston, he was the one guy. He wasn't looking for no.
Just like Chris Paul, the only way you get the ball from Chris Paul is on the lob. He's not throwing it to you in the post because that's going to take away from his assists. So let's not even go there.
So James Harden don't throw the ball in the post now. That's what we're saying.
No, we're saying he throws lobs. That's what you said it. He threw lobs
to Capella. But when he has a good post big, which we've seen him with Embiid,
he didn't throw it in the post with Dwight that much. It was more lobs.
Dwight was not a post big man like that. Come on, dog.
Hold on. You cannot say Dwight was not a post center. You can't say that. Throughout his whole time in Orlando, he was the back to the back.
Orlando.
That's his whole game. He was a back to the goal center.
He was in the middle. He was decent. He was not no Shaq.
I'm done with this conversation.
He was
So I guess Dwight Howard's not a Hall of Famer.
Every time Ray talks about it, I check out the conversation.
Hold on. Hey, Chris.
Nobody said about Dwight Howard not being a Hall of Famer.
Dwight Howard's Orlando Magic's numbers, please.
22 and 14.
Back to the basket.
The finals. I didn't say he was bad. I said he wasn't no dominant post player. He was not Joel Embiid to me.
He was a back to the basket. They dropped it in the post. It wasn't lobs for Dwight all his career. That was post plays that Dwight had to do when he had to go through Boston, when he had to go through Cleveland.
He definitely did get double-digit post-ups tonight, though.
The offense ran through Dwight Howard.
Whether it was pick and roll or dropping it on him in the post.
No one disputed that. He was
and
the best.
All we're saying is if Ayton got more touches, he would be more productive.
In my
numbers prove it out.
Beating this into our head. Y'all
22 and 14.
Y'all keep talking about bigs that the offense runs through them.
He already averaged 18 and 9 right now.
Big man because the big men are good.
He's a bucket. He's a bucket and a rebound from 20 and 10. So
he obviously isn't good enough because nobody wants to throw him the ball in the post.
Or maybe because that's how Monty wants to run his system.
And we know Monty don't believe in him. We didn't seen that.
And that's Monty's fault. That's Monty's fault. How you got a 20 and 10 guy?
Chris Paul's the problem. Devin Booker's the problem. Monty Williams the problem. All these certified players and coaches are the problem. But it's Ayton's fault because they don't want to pass him the ball. No. Orlando figured out get Paolo the ball because he's a baller. When you are a baller, they get you the ball. That's how the game works.
So he's 18 and 9, but he's not a baller.
No, so 18 and 9 is not changing life.
20.
That's not that amazing.
Hold on, time out.
What are we talking about? If AD was averaging 18 and 9, we'd be like, what are you doing? Go ahead.
He is 1 bucket and 1 rebound from 20 and 10. That's elite numbers for a big man. I don't care how you slice it. So the fact that we having this conversation is ridiculous to me.
What elite big man averaged 20 and 10?
Tim Duncan. Shaq?
No. Shaq averaged way more than that. 20 and 10? You think Shaq only averaged 20 and 10?
Listen, to Kenny's point, the only people in the league averaging 20 and 10, probably centers right now, are the two best.
Thank you.
Okay, and he's not bad.
Let's move on. He's 2 points and a rebound from doing that.
I don't care. He ain't that.
Of course you don't care because it makes sense.
Because it's not true. It's not there. If I start adding a point and two, a point in here and rebound there, a steal here, what are we doing? Tell me what he is. He's 17 and 9.
I'm done with this conversation. 17 point. What was it, Chris?
17.8. 17. Okay, 18 and 9. Congratulations.
Let's move on.
I wish Shaq would average 18 and 9 and we'd be like, oh yeah, great job, Shaq, 18 and 9. They'd be laughing.
Of course, this is yet another situation where it's 3 guys all in the
because y'all hyping 18 and 9 like
yelling,
listen,
loud and
Ray.
wrong.
Isn't the league evolving away from the big man?
Loud and wrong as usual.
Isn't the league evolving away from the big man?
Did a big man won the last 2 MVPs?
But I'm just saying.
No, I'm just saying.
But isn't the league?
If you that dude, they will get you the ball, and you will win an MVP. The last year, 2 big men was front runners for MVP. So don't tell me big men can't fit because we keep giving them MVPs.
Okay, you have a personal vendetta against Aiden.
Clearly.
That's all it is. That's all it is.
You messed up your parlay or something like that.
Because
it's whoever you want. If you are big, averaging 18 and 9, I'm not whoop-de-wooing it.
18 and 10. That's 9.7 rebounds.
So now we didn't jump to 18 and 10, and he's really 17 and 9. Y'all just keep trying to make him better than he is.
We ain't rounding up
nobody else's number.
He averaging 17.8 and 9.7.
And show me
I'll give you not 18 and 10? Yes or no?
Okay, I'll give you 18 and 10.
Okay, let's move
18 and 10. That ain't great to me. If that's the phenomenal ball, y'all can have 18 and 10. That ain't great to me.
Okay.
Y'all can keep having these players going nowhere 18 and 10.
Yeah, he just went to the finals, but
and he got benched.
That wasn't the finals. That was last year for one game. But go ahead.
The closeout game. What bigger game is it? But again, who cares?
Nobody showed up that game.
Who?
Nobody showed up that game. They got smacked. Nobody showed up.
And he's the only one that got benched. Go figure. So those are facts. He's the only one that got benched. He was awful. They didn't talk all summer, and it was just arguing on the sideline a couple games ago. But I know Ray has a vendetta against DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, just tell us what the parlay was that you lost on with
I would never bet on him. I would never waste my money on DeAndre Ayton. Y'all can do that and let me know how it work out for you.
I tell you what, since you're a better man, let's go ahead and just
Willie averaged
20 and 10.
11.
No, 20 and 10.
I'll give you 2010.
He's not going to just put it on the record. He's not going to average 20 and 10 for the season.
Let me be clear.
Write it down, Dev.
If Devin Booker is out for an extended period of time, it's my bet. It's my bet. I am going to qualify because if the main scorer is not there, he's going to get more points. The team ain't going to go nowhere, but he's going to fill up the box score.
I'm done.
We just proved there's nobody else there.
I'm done with this.
So if the MVP candidate's not there, he should still.
So if he puts up more numbers and he's more productive because he gets more touches, now that's because. Come on, man. I'm done with this. This is silly.
Right. You keep defending him.
This is silly. When he produces when Devin Booker is out, it's because Devin Booker is out. Not because he gets more touches and he's producing the way we said he would. Man, go ahead, man.
And that offense with Devin Booker, he's a guy. 17, 18, and 10 or whatever is a guy.
Yeah, he's putting up the second most points on that team.
If any other elite Hall of Fame big averaged 18 and 10, we would laugh at them. But y'all acting like that is the greatest stat line of all time. That's a joke.
It's a harbinger of things to come if they just would use him more.
And for some reason, they keep saying no. and they didn't really want him anyway. But we're going to keep ignoring all the basketball executives. I forget.
Oh yeah, but Indianapolis was willing to give him a bag.
Oh, I
and
tell you
Richard
what,
Jefferson last night. Hold on,
he was
Richard
in Indy right now with the way Halliburton is playing.
Right.
He'd be averaging about 24 and 12.
And Richard Jefferson said last night, anybody that says DeAndre Ayton shouldn't have gotten a max contract is crazy.
Okay.
Exhibit A. I present to you, Ray.
Okay, Richard Jefferson, whoop-de-whoop.
Only a pro that's played 16 years in the league.
Oh, and so when
won a championship.
And so when the pro Chris Paul don't throw him the ball in the paint, I don't want to hear nothing talk about pros. Because Chris Paul, I ain't a Chris Paul fan, but he was a better player than Richard Jefferson. He know the point guard position, right? He know where the ball is supposed to go, right? That's the point guard. The point guard is not passing him the ball.
That's not true.
You just said he don't get touches. So which one is
he should get more touches? Nobody says he's not getting touches.
So obviously Chris Paul clearly believes
the first option is Booker. We keep going back and forth.
He didn't even play.
Established that. But the point is, he's always going to get the first he's going to be the first option offensively. Then it's Ayton, which the numbers prove out.
Yeah. Okay, we're done. 18 and 10. Y'all can have 18 and 10. I will never be impressed by 18 and 10 by anybody. A professional talking about all-stars and Hall of Fame. 18 and 10. That's ridiculous.
That in your dreams, but go ahead.
If I was 7 feet tall, I probably could get close to that. Anyway, Giannis got dunked on, and it was nasty. I just want to hear everybody's reactions to Jason Tatum baptizing Giannis. Dev, I will start with you.
It was all right. You know what I mean? It was
what?
It was all right. He's still, you know what I mean? You baptized, you know, posters are starting to be common now. You know what I mean? And Giannis, it's not the first time Giannis been posted. You know what I mean? It's been, and it's
incredible.
I'm not saying that it was. I'm not saying it was the weakest poster of all time, but you got Tatum is what 6'10".
He's like 6'8". Is he 6'10"?
About like 6'10".
Yeah, at least 6'9".
And he got long arms. I don't know if he's that tall.
At least 6'9".
And Giannis is about what 6'10" also.
6'11".
You know what I mean?
7 feet.
So
it's really bigger and longer. I think we can agree on that.
No, like I said, I didn't see Giannis get dunked on. Now, don't get me wrong. When I seen the dunk, I was like, "Ooh, dang!" But then
listed on ESPN at 6'8", 210.
6'8". All right, it's not bad. But I don't know. I just seen Giannis get posted before, and sometimes that fuels Giannis. You know what I mean? And, you know, it's always the opposite end. But it was a cool dunk. You know what I mean? You got everything you're supposed to. You got the dunk and you got the dub. Because if you just got the dunk and without the dub, then you know what I mean.
What y'all in these goalposts? Okay, I'll open it up. Chris, go ahead.
Time out. What goalpost now?
That was a bomb on the former MVP, defensive player of the year in his prime, arguably the greatest player on the planet, in my opinion, and he got banged on at home.
But to Dev's point,
how many times you see this man get banged on?
I don't see it all that many times.
Giannis has got boomed on a couple of times.
Everybody's gonna get boomed on. We're not
exactly.
Right.
That's what I mean.
That's why we ain't.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice to see. Look. No. Right. Don't get me wrong. Christmas Day, the two best players on the court going at each other. It was awesome to see. Awesome to see.
Giannis came over and was in position and got banged on.
That's why I said it was awesome to see.
However, Aaron Gordon dunk.
He tried to take a charge. He didn't try to contest.
Yeah, exactly. Aaron Gordon dunk might be the best of the night. I'm not going to
jumped over that kid.
Giannis, John Morant's missed dunk. John Morant's no, hold on. Jaylen Brown missed dunk. If y'all watched the game, Jaylen Brown tried to catch the poster. That was better.
A bunch of people do that and miss the dunk. That's the point.
Okay, but we acting like this is the greatest poster of all time. It was nice.
I didn't say that, but
it was nice.
It was nice.
It was nice.
See, Ray, because Ray didn't see Giannis get boomed on before then.
I had
That must.
But look,
so that's
but
why
to
we
Dev's
got
point,
Jerry
it's like Alonzo Mourning. It's like a Dikembe Mutombo. When you go for dunks all the time, we're used to seeing you get dunked on. I seen Giannis get dunked on many of times.
I ain't see it look like that.
That's because you don't watch Giannis like that, man. You only watch him on prime time.
That's y'all go to about everything. I pick all the games right the most often, but every time I say something, you don't really watch.
That's because we know ESPN
I didn't
is
have
the
League
number
Pass
one
for
used app
5
on your
years.
phone.
I watch basketball. I keep picking all these games right. I keep saying I call, and y'all sat there real quiet. Y'all sat there real quiet when I say Jokic triple double.
Parlay Ray, there it go right there. Parlay Ray.
You don't want to give no credit. If anybody else, if one of y'all would have called that Jokic stat line, y'all would be on here ranting and raving. And not one person over here tried to give nobody no credit. Y'all want to keep defending DeAndre.
I gave you your credit. I gave you your credit.
Ray Bayless is back in effect.
Reluctantly.
Bring it in, Ray. Let me give you
That's
a
cool.
hug.
I will pat myself because I love being in the minority. I
You know
love
what Ray needs, man?
I'm just gonna keep being right.
Shot.
I'm just gonna keep being right. That's all. I'll just keep being right, and then I'll just beat y'all over the head with my correctness all the time. Goodness gracious.
I don't want to get beat over the head now.
Great. Jason Tatum, congratulations. You did that. That poster is probably going in the Hall of Fame because we're going to see that for a long time. We're going to see it for a long time.
Was that better than Vince Carter on Alonzo Mourning?
No.
Okay. Then.
But again,
So
what made that significant was Alonzo. And Vince is Vince. Like, Vince is Vince. So if Jason Tatum jumped like Vince, which he don't, it would be different. If Alonzo could jump like Giannis, which he can't, it would be different. So it's not really apples.
So just because Jason Tatum can't jump out the gym,
yes, that makes it more impressive.
Makes it more significant.
Makes it more.
Yeah, I guess.
When little men dunk on big men, that's not a thing. So
we're not little men, but we're not calling Jason Tatum.
Those guys are like 2 inches apart. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
if you're a lesser person, or if you're less athletic, and you do like when Luka dunks on someone, which doesn't happen often, it's impressive, even if it's not the greatest dunk.
Jason Tatum is athletic. We're not saying
that. And I'm saying I didn't say he wasn't. I said he ain't Vince Carter. You gave me a Vince Carter example. So if I'm comparing him to Vince Carter, no, he's not that. Context matters. But I can see that y'all just got some hate in y'all heart, so we're going to keep it moving.
Not at all. It was a nice dunk.
Yeah.
First of all,
we're just not falling out of our chair like you are.
Yeah,
We know.
It's cool. You know,
I know.
I mean?
It's cool.
Good
you know
dunk.
what's not cool? You know what's not cool? Because we had 10:30. Russell Wilson getting coaches fired in their rookie year. That's Russ. Merry Christmas, Nathaniel Hackett. You got Merry Christmas, Nathaniel. You got stuck with Russ.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
I hope you unwrapped Russell Wilson and unemployment. Congrats.
Oh my God.
I don't know how much guaranteed money's left in Russell's deal because I think they just re-upped them. But man, that might be the worst investment in sports. I thought Russell Westbrook's contract was bad. Russell Wilson's contract is worse. I would be sick every time payroll got to cut that man a check. That is robbery. He needs to go to jail because he is ruining lives. Let's ride out of town. Get that joker out of here. Unemployment for you. Go coach at the HBCU or something because you can't play quarterback at this point in your career. I'm out. Chris, tell me your thoughts on Russell Wilson and your
I like to hear Chris thoughts. Did you choose Denver? Did you choose Denver?
Listen, I don't know why. I know why I chose Denver. Everything. Why I say this? Everything that could have went wrong for the Broncos this year went wrong. Running back play, wide receiver he's getting hurt, offensive line not being it, and Russell Wilson just making a foolery out of everybody. I mean, he said let's ride, and that quote, honestly, he should never be allowed to say that again. He should never be allowed to say that again.
Already trademark. He got it on
well, he needs to untrademark it. He needs to, every time he says that word, he should have to do 100 burpees on the spot. It's no way that they were this bad this year. And, you know, I would say everything that could have went wrong. But Russell Wilson is the guy that we all said, well, he can make, you know, lemonade with lemons. You know how the saying goes. If it's somebody that you want to put, if you want to pick a quarterback to put in the bad situation and make it great, it's Russell Wilson. Well, he proved this year that maybe it was the system in Seattle, maybe it was the coaching staff, maybe it was the culture. Because as soon as we moved him from one place to another, everything went wrong. So right now, Russell Wilson, he's still a Hall of Famer. I think he's still going to be a Hall of Famer. I don't want to say he's completely Actually, I do. Because I watched that game against the Rams, and he threw those 3 interceptions, and I said, "Oh, this guy is not it anymore." So I don't know what's going on with Russ. Maybe he needs to retire. Maybe football isn't the same for him no more.
Got to him.
Hey,
Something got to him. Hopefully, this is fuel for next year because the way he performed,
is that like a personal attack or something?
You talk about a drop off. You talk about a drop off for a quarterback. I don't think I've ever witnessed a drop off this bad. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But I've never seen a consensus MVP candidate, top 5 quarterback, go from somebody that we don't even think he's top 4 in his division. It's bad.
He might be the worst starting quarterback in the NFL right now. I would have to look. He might be the worst one.
Oh, it's not. Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson's pretty bad.
Zach Wilson's not starting no more.
We're not gonna act like he's the worst.
Andy Dalton.
Where's Andy Dalton?
Wentz
is not a starter.
Who started the year for you?
And that was a mistake. And I told y'all that. Wentz is not a starter. I'm talking today, the current starting quarterbacks.
Zach Wilson was starting this Sunday, was he not?
Who?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Zach Wilson wasn't starting.
He did. And that was injury reason, and he won't start again. He's out of the Jets. So I'm taking him.
They cleared Mike White to come back now.
I bet they did.
You taking Tyler Huntley? You taking Huntley? Yo, Dev, right now, Huntley or Russell Wilson? Who you got?
The Pro Bowler Tyler Huntley?
I'm taking Huntley. Pro Bowler.
Pro Bowl Tyler Huntley.
Hey, you know what I mean? He won more games than Russ did this year.
Hey, let me ask y'all a question. Hey, Dev, did your team clinch a playoff spot?
Yep.
What about you, Chris?
Oh,
we making the playoffs.
I see where this is going.
I
didn't see where this was going.
Hey, Chris, your team clinched the playoff spot, though, right?
We in the offs.
No. I'm saying y'all.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
Oh, right? I don't know if it's clinched. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it's clinched.
It is.
Okay.
Y'all haven't clinched.
Y'all was clinched the playoff spot.
Y'all ain't clinched the 1 seed.
But y'all ain't won no division. Y'all better not take your foot off the gas.
I'm gonna be honest. This is a little off topic. Why are the Colts so bad this year? It's
quarterback play.
It just blows my mind how one position is so important because this was a team where Andrew Luck
game is pretty much over. The Chargers.
No, it's not the one position. Andrew Luck said it before he left. He said, "Y'all can't protect me. I'm out."
But no, it's crazy because they started developing O-line.
Offensive line.
Hey, Tua need to talk to
that offensive line.
I mean, Nick Foles has 3 interceptions
in rushing last year, I believe. So the line
they can run block, but they can't pass block for shit for nothing.
I think.
And can we end this whole Jeff Saturday experiment? Like,
that's over
now.
But I think it's kind of to your point. I think the team seems to like him. The quarterback sucks. I think if you put a competent quarterback in that team on that division with the way in which he's going, I haven't seen him make just a bunch of bad mistakes. Has he been learning? Has he made some errors here or there? Sure. But if you give him a full offseason to get his coaching staff to implement his philosophy with a competent quarterback, I think that team is talented.
But did he have a philosophy? That's the thing. Do you know what I mean? Do he have?
He's learning on the job. There's no way he can have a philosophy this soon.
I'm sure he has a philosophy, and I'm sure Peyton Manning's a call away. He has resources. I think it's just going to take him time. It's definitely a tough to learn on the fly. And I'm not saying he's going to be great. I don't think he's the problem, I guess is what I'm saying. I think that team can be decent with him coaching it if he had a quarterback in an offseason.
Yeah, but every time they have an opportunity to get a quarterback, they get an old, over-the-hill guy on his last legs.
I mean, they had Luck for a while, and he retired abruptly, and they've been trying to.
But I'm saying these last few years, to
Casey's point, outside of Wentz, who did they go after that was in their prime?
Phillip Rivers had a good year for them.
Oh, he was done though. He was on the downs.
I agree, but
old.
They had a window with talent, and they didn't want to waste it on the rookie, so they rolled the dice, bringing in Phillip Rivers. They were decent. Carson Wentz was not the answer. All right, y'all know I ain't about to defend Carson Wentz, and I didn't think, and I don't think we thought Matt Ryan would be this bad. I mean, we thought he was bad, but I didn't think it would be this bad.
No, we didn't.
And so, even with as bad as they are, we've seen Jacksonville hasn't taken a step. Houston ain't there. Tennessee.
Time out. Jacksonville's sitting in the playoff right now.
What I thought of them is double-digit wins. I don't know if they.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I think you're the only one.
I didn't think Jacksonville
was in the playoff. Unlike the Washington Commanders,
we're in. What do you mean? So we're not in the playoff, Kenny? We're in the playoffs right now.
Okay.
We didn't clinch. I know where you were going, but we are in the playoffs right now.
Okay, so you're gonna go on record and say that the Washington's gonna make the playoffs? That's a no. Take too long. That's a no.
Oh man! Let the man think of the schedule first.
Be very clear. If we start Carson Wentz, we're definitely not going.
Oh no! We already know that Heineke is the starter for the rest of the year.
That's not true.
That ain't true.
Ron Rivera just said that. He said
that ain't true.
Okay.
Oh wait, there's more.
So, I don't know. I think we should. I don't even know if we should because Detroit's schedule is way easier than ours. But
I mean, we might take our foot off the gas and let y'all have a chance because we already clinched.
To be perfectly honest, I don't want to make the playoffs. Like for what? We ain't going anywhere.
That's fair.
I'm not super excited about it. And Heineke, he's making too many mistakes. Like he'll give you one or two, but he's starting to get.
He's not the best quarterback in the division anymore?
I never said that. I said he was better than Dak. I never said he was better than Hurts. I got Ben had Hurts better.
Chris,
what's the question?
Did Ray say that Taylor Heineke is the best quarterback in the NFC East?
I've never said he was better than Jalen Hurts.
That sounds like something Ray would say, but he also has a brain sometimes. So I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. I would hope nothing that crazy came out his mouth.
I said I would take him over Dak, and I still.
Are you delusional? Do you suffer from a mental illness?
I don't even know if I'd take him over Dak, and I don't even
like
that.
You can have that.
I'm letting you know
where I'm at.
I ain't confident in Dak. I ain't really confident in Dak right now.
The guy that's 35-22, that guy, I would take.
We had the number one ranked offense last year. That guy.
And
where did you end up?
I'm just saying, like,
was he the same guy who just kept running beyond the first down and took more time off the clock?
I'm just saying he's over Heineke. I don't think
the 30 at half. Way back into and put up a bunch.
Let's be talking about mufflers. That's the only reason why we're going to take Taylor Heineke.
Okay. Knock yourself out. I hope it work out for you. Because I ain't seen
it. We're in the playoffs, so I don't have to worry about it.
I mean, with that defense and those skill positions, shouldn't you be? Because your quarterback keep throwing the ball to the other team. He trying to lose games.
Hey,
he's begging y'all to lose games.
Turned around and pulled
I think he found those smiles.
Chris, I wore my jersey just because, you kind of. I mean, I let you off the hook. Being a good big brother, I let you off the hook. So I just wore my jersey just so you could see it. And I know you were disgusted watching all those turnovers.
I mean, y'all just be highlighting this mediocrity, but that's cool. Go ahead, Dak. Go, Dak, go. So I did want to ask Dev, are you really defending this Tyler Huntley Pro Bowl selection? Please explain to me how that just happened.
Honestly, it just popped on my radar. So when I seen it, I was like, wow.
Wait, he made the Pro Bowl for real?
He's an alternate.
He's an alternate.
He's an alternate right now.
Oh, yeah. This is why I'll never watch it again.
I don't know how.
I thought they were supposed to be revamping the Pro Bowl.
They're making it into a
7-on-7 flag.
This is the worst. I mean, the Pro Bowl has been trash since Ray Lewis retired. But I'm gonna shut up and let my man Dev talk.
But I'm excited for him. It's cool that somebody's, at least the league is understanding that he's a decent backup quarterback. I'm not saying that I think in a good system, he's a starting quarterback somewhere. I don't know where.
How about that? Maybe in Arizona,
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis has done that too. They had Jacoby Brissett, and Huntley's similar. So,
but at least Huntley can actually get out the pocket. You know what I mean?
Maybe with the Jets.
Maybe.
I think they want a franchise time.
Yeah, I think they're not looking for a 2-year rental. I think they looking for somebody.
They got a young nucleus. They need to get a quarterback.
Exactly.
Yeah,
go on the ride because they defense.
I think I just think Huntley is just a band-aid. No disrespect to him in this game or anything and nothing like that. But I just think he's whatever situation he goes to. I think he's just a band-aid, whether he's the starter or backup. But him making the Pro Bowl alternate. I don't know how the voting goes. It seems like he got a lot of fans under the radar. To be voting for him that way, or maybe the whole Ravens flock must have been voting for him. But
this
shout out to him. I didn't.
This can't be true. His stat. I'm looking up Tyler Huntley's stats for the year. He has 1 touchdown and 2 picks. Those are not his Pro Bowl stats. Please, somebody tell me.
Didn't you just heard me say he must got a lot of fans? Like the Ravens flock must have been
28 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 picks, and he's a Pro Bowler.
Didn't you just hear me say that the Ravens flock must have been voting for him?
Needs to be fired in the NFL. I didn't know this stats was
Kenny. I don't think Ray is listening.
I don't care.
Let me say an echo for you.
Voting that live
the Ravens flock has voted for him, and he has a lot of fans.
Hey, we gave Jeff Saturday some smoke earlier. This is wrong. This is wrong. There is no way on God's green earth. I saw he had 4 touchdowns and 6 picks. Those are his career stats.
Over Tua, Herbert, and Lawrence is crazy work, man. I tell you.
Hey, man,
nuts. I don't know what the Vegas
y'all ain't betting.
Somebody.
Oh no, Dev, I'm listening.
Let me tell you, but let me tell you what it is, though. Let me tell you.
Russia is messing with the Pro Bowl vote.
No, let me tell you what I think is really kind of getting nervous. And Chris had kind of hit on the head earlier. The Pro Bowl is phony now. Which quarterback really wants to go like, man, let me go ahead and play 7-on-7?
I think that's what it is. That nobody else.
You know what I mean? Nobody wants to participate.
Okay, he was the 4th Pro. Let me see who else they picked.
You know what I mean? I think that's what it is.
Allen and Burrow decide blah 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 and blah 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 blah. So he made it over Lamar.
Lamar not gonna worry about no Pro Bowl right
and
now.
Huntley as the 2 top alternates. But yeah, Tua, Herbert, and Lawrence all no. There's no way in the world
Tua shouldn't be playing. Well, this is the only game that Tua should be playing.
Tua was an MVP candidate for a short period of time.
And Herbert too. Like, come on, man.
This is why I'm saying. I think people turning it down. They don't want to play 7-on-7. Who wants to play?
Trevor Lawrence ain't gonna turn it down.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing.
And you
got everybody competing for a Super Bowl, right?
That didn't happen.
But who wants to go to a Super Bowl event that you want to play in and play 7-on-7?
Trevor Lawrence ain't competing for no Super Bowl.
Dev, here's what I'm saying. What happens is, yes, they could have selected Trevor Lawrence. He said, I don't want to go. And then they went down the list. That didn't happen. He was above them on the list. They didn't get a chance to say, I don't want to go.
Well, once again, the Ravens flock and his fans,
y'all are wrong.
We all hacked into this. I don't care how. Look. You know what? Now you're gonna make me say it. I'm pumped that Huntley is making a Pro Bowl now.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
I've been waiting to hear.
He's better than Trevor Lawrence. I don't care about no 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions, and it's 500 yards. The Ravens flock has
passed the eye test. Let him know he passed that eye test.
He passed the eye test. They believe in him. We believe in him. God dang it.
Dion.
That's what had
to make me.
Hey, well, go ahead and let Lamar go there.
You know what, Dev?
Whoa. We believe him to go to the Pro Bowl. We didn't say we believe him to be the franchise quarterback now.
I bet you he's better than every quarterback in Washington right now.
What did Chris say?
I bet you he's better than every QB in Washington right now.
Ooh, Huntley or Jackson?
All
right. He better than
I let Ray go in and battle that one.
Hey, Ray, you taking Huntley over Heineke?
No.
You taking Huntley over Wentz?
Yeah, I've been saying that.
He taking anybody over Wentz. He say he'd take a wash machine from Wentz.
I'm not gonna lie. Kenny's 50 years old, and I think I'd take Kenny over Carson Wentz.
Oh man,
I'm 49, sir.
Lee, you just first of all,
you in that half a century.
First of all,
you love me.
Kenny,
you love to round up. So since we be rounding up,
that was fun.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Back to reality. Is that like a personal attack or something?
It's just facts. I just play by the rules that are put in front of me.
I'm looking forward to turning 50. It's all good.
And that's a blessing because a lot of people didn't get there.
You see my man Kenny start bopping his head. He said, I'm looking good. I can't wait to turn 50.
Big year 2023, man. Family cruise, Jamaica trip with my boys, a wedding, anniversary party. So we doing big.
Hey, man, can we get an invite? Well, at least me. I wasn't talking about your age. You know what I mean?
You had to slide that in there real quick, Dev. I wasn't the one talking about your age.
You know what I mean? I'll be cousin Pete.
Back in the dump truck right up over top of me. It's all. So before we get out of here, there was a lot of football. We didn't get to it because we didn't have our Thursday show. But there was a lot that happened. So I wanted to end with everybody, since we didn't get into the games, just an NFL takeaway you had from this past Christmas Day. So whatever it is, whether it was your team or not, just give the people one of your takeaways. I'll start with you, Chris.
I'm not going to be biased and talk about my Eagles. So my take exactly, but I could still talk trash. So let's not go there.
I'm sorry.
Listen. We was on it. We was here with it, Ray. I had your back a little bit.
Sorry.
But on a serious note, I think my takeaway, honestly, Vikings might shock some people in the playoffs.
Kirk Cousins, man.
Hey,
they're a team that's always hit or miss.
There's
a team that's always hit or miss, but I say this: they have everything on offensive end. You kind of looking
I'm about to say that offense ain't missing.
You have that tight end in Hawkinson, who is very, very established. You got your true number one in Justin Jefferson. You still got Thielen that can cook you. You got a running back in Dalvin Cook, and you got a quarterback that seems to have good chemistry with his receivers.
And next week we're gonna revisit that receiver conversation.
That's fine.
And I forget where y'all had Diggs, but we're gonna revisit that.
I had Diggs in my top 5.
Fantasy. I'm so mad at him right now.
I know you all.
That's fine.
But
that's my takeaway. I think the Vikings
not having him highly ranked.
Who, Jefferson?
We're not going to have amnesia and act like that was an aberration. He's been putting up big numbers all year.
I'm talking about Diggs, not Jefferson.
Diggs has been putting up big numbers all year.
Okay, well, we talking top 5. So we can have that conversation another time.
Yeah.
We ain't going to rush it.
Excuse me, top 5. We know. Let's have this conversation.
We have another time. Chris, I think I interrupted. My bad. Go ahead, finish your point.
That's pretty much it. The Vikings, I think, they're either going to shock. They're going to shock somebody, either in the good way or the bad way in the playoffs.
I think it's going to be a bad way. That's just my 2 cents, but I could be wrong. I had Kirk Cousins for a couple of years. I watched him play against Dallas. He ain't do too much at the most inopportune times.
Finesse y'all out of a bunch of money.
He did, rightfully so.
Pittman got 25 yards.
That was a disaster. That whole debacle. You draft a quarterback second overall and in the 4th round. God Almighty. Kenny, your NFL hot take or takeaway from this festive weekend.
My takeaway is, as a Cowboys fan, it's kind of hard to say, but man, the Steelers, I got to give Mike Tomlin credit that they find a way to win, man. His teams, man, it's just always just mentally tough, and they just keep coming at you. They're relentless. So I'm gonna give the Steelers some love and give Mike Tomlin some love. It looks like, and I'm not sure. I'm just trying to pull the standings up in front of me real quick because I don't even know. I'm not sure what their record is right now, but I think his streak is going to continue of being a 5. Yeah, I think he's at 7-8. So I think he's going to find a way to keep that 500 streak going. And I think last night, Saturday night, I'm sorry, was just another example of how great a coach Mike Tomlin is. So I want to give the Steelers some love and give Mike Tomlin some love. And Josh McDaniels, I hope you're winning. It's not good.
All right. And I will actually, I'm going to take a moment as well. I have 2 takes, so this is actually my 3rd take, but that's cool. Y'all can come back. Derek Carr's not that guy. I was wrong. He's just not. I was wrong. I admit he's not it. I ain't gonna call him trash, but he's just not it. It's not good enough. Dev, your NFL take.
The Miami Dolphins are now 0-4 in December football. What happened? What happened to the red hot, sunny palm trees Miami Dolphins?
I think that's the problem. It's cold down there. You know, with Floridians, they don't know how to function when it's cold.
These guys are just finding a way that they was in Miami. They had Green Bay down there. You know what I mean? But by you not protecting Tua, it's gonna be your downfall. And you still let Green Bay still be playoff alive also. So now, you know what I mean, if Green Bay can sneak in, they can, have a Lambeau Field game. And then if they can get a Lambeau Field game, it's just like Green Bay can kind of sneak one out in the playoffs in the NFC, because in that bottom of the NFC is just having who's going to take that last 7 spot.
Everybody losing.
Yeah. 1 minute is the Commanders, then is the next minute is
the Commanders,
then it's Carolina, then you know what I mean. So
South is trash.
You know what I mean. So Miami Dolphins they open the doors for other people, but closing the door for themselves. That was my big takeaway. I just thought that Dolphins can at least roll into the playoffs and at least had that one Miami game, and they can just going to make some noise, but they just closed the door on themselves. So that's my takeaway.
Cool. I'll keep it quick with 10:59. Real fast, Ron Rivera said it before. He's not the guy. I said it before. I'm going to say it again. And that LA offense, Baker Mayfield can be a decent quarterback. I said it before. Say it again. He's resurrecting Tyler Higbee. Cam Akers looks like a brand new person. I don't know where he's been all year, but thank you, because you've been coming through at a critical time in the year for me. I bet on your sorry butt all year, and you've benched and fired. But he's been coming through. I can't say a lot against him. And shout out to Josh Jacobs, making me look great as well. But
not this week.
Hey,
Chipped me in fantasy too. Another one let me down.
That's quarterback play. because Devontae Adams.
I think we might have seen the last of Josh Jacobs in Vegas. I think he's had enough, just from judging from his quotes at the end of the game, after the game.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you?
I didn't say I ain't. I didn't say I blame you. I'm just saying.
I think it's a bag out there for him. I know running backs don't get
Oh,
paid.
yeah.
Man, look, I guarantee you, I hate to say it, but the New York Jets, the way their running backs kept hitting dives, you know what I mean? And he stayed a lot
talented backs up there.
Yeah, but you know, it's going to take some time for what to do. Bryce Hall, I think that was
maybe Arizona.
Yeah, but the thing about it is now they're going to take a step back.
I think this was a short deal though.
Was it?
But you got to say, Kyler Murray is going to be out for a while with the torn ACL.
Yeah.
So do you know what I mean? Do you want to go up there and waste?
Maybe go from Vegas to LA.
Yeah, because they really don't have a number one. They just got a couple of
shit. I mean, shucks. Well, just go to New England.
Nah.
Yeah, but Stevenson's having a good year.
Yeah, Stevenson's there,
except for the laterals.
Harris is solid too. I think I don't know if one of them might be about to get paid though, because they're both, I think, on rookie deals.
Yeah.
Get this stupid thing to close.
I think George Jacob got some places that he got options. I just think if the teams want to spend that money,
Chicago, put him with Justin Fields.
But I think Justin Fields needs receivers more than he needs.
He does, but he needs running back too. I think that makes him more.
Montgomery's good as a pass catcher, but he ain't.
Yeah, I think he's more of a third down guy. Yeah.
So I would be curious to see where he ends up. But the last kind of take I'll have, and I want to get y'all thoughts on this because we've been quiet on it, and for better or for worse, will we ever see Deshaun Watson be great again?
Yes.
Great as what you mean?
Back to when he was considered, in my opinion, the second best quarterback in the NFL. I think he'll get there.
I think he'll knock the rust off. I think this was him knocking the rust off.
He ain't playing 2 years.
Yeah, he'll get back to it.
I see it. I see it. Especially if Cleveland can keep can keep Amari Cooper up there, and they find a way to get another wide receiver, like a number two.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because you got a decent running back.
Should have kept Landry.
Well, you got at least the top 3 running back in the league.
Yeah, Nick Chubb.
You be lining up another wide receiver with Amari.
Landry ain't did nothing in New Orleans either, so I can't even say he would have made a difference.
Landry been hurt all year, honestly.
But he been hurt down in New Orleans.
He was hurt in Cleveland. That's why they let him go.
Yeah, but I just think Cleveland got tools. You know, they just got tools all over the place. You know, they got a Myles Garrett, but on their back end, you can't really name, their defensive backs or anything, except for maybe what's his name, Ward. I think they got back there.
Do you trade? Let me ask y'all this though: do you trade Kareem Hunt to get your upgrade at the wide receiver position?
I would.
No. I would trade Kareem.
I would because he don't want to be there.
I would see if I could sign running backs are a dime a dozen. So if I can find a solid backup to Nick Chubb, I would.
You can find a Kareem Hunt, and I think you can find, and where they'll draft, I think you can get a premier receiver if you want to, or get somebody in free agency. I would trade him just probably for maybe some. I don't know their team roster enough, whether it's a corner or a lineman or something, but I think you do move him because he want to go.
Mm-hmm. You might have to get something for him now before you don't get nothing.
He wants to be a number one. He wants to try to get back to being a number one, which it's understandable.
I get it. I don't think he is, but more power to him.
I think there's options for him too, also. I think it's going to be a team.
A lot more teams are going with 2 solid backs.
Pretty much every
Washington, y'all got him in Dallas.
Yeah, because you needed to keep those guys healthy and keep them.
I could see him going to like the Giants, give Saquon a break. Like I think they need.
But the thing about it is, like you just said, he want that start. He want that starting role.
He would go somewhere where it's more. He's really splitting carries instead of the carries being.
Where can he go and start?
if Josh Jacobs leave Vegas, it's a spot there.
That's not a good situation. Well, I mean, if you want to be the man,
if you want to be the man, you know what I mean?
But there's going to be
I think he'll
competition
play in
there
Miami.
too.
He'll play in Miami. He'll play in Buffalo.
Nah, Moster's been.
Oh yeah,
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Maybe Buffalo, yeah. If he want to be in that
for
cold,
upgrade. Yeah.
He already in
Well,
the
he
cold
already
right
in
now
Cleveland, so it'd be all right.
Him and Singletary are very similar to me personally, but maybe he's the upgrade. Maybe he could win the job, but
Because wasn't he 1,000-yard back with Kansas City?
Yes.
That was a minute ago. And I don't know if he can be a pound the ball between the tackles guy for 17 games either. So I know what he's saying. He won, but
I think he can. You know what I mean? Because you kind of keep him fresh now. You know, you already giving Nick Chubb about 18 plus carries a game.
Right, but if you want to be the man, he ain't Dalvin Cook. And Dalvin Cook be barely making it through the year. So
true.
I hear you, but he ain't the biggest of backs.
Nah, I'm not saying that if his name is out, I'm not saying that he would be the first person I go for a free agency if he's out there.
He's a good complimentary back. Find a way to Philly.
Yeah.
Another, because Miles Sanders, boy, I wish he could be consistent for once.
He's been consistent this year.
Not in fantasy.
But that's your problem. That's your problem. You drafted Miles. He said in the beginning of the year, don't draft me in fantasy.
I mean, the offense is like the leading rush offense in the league. You kind of hard to not take the starting running back.
Listen.
Yeah.
You know who my running backs were for fantasy? Singletary and Joe Mixon. I was going through it.
Yeah.
Luckily, I had Jalen Hurts and Tyreek Hill to save me through the season.
Now, I've drafted pretty well in most leagues. I had McCaffrey in one league. It don't matter. We ain't gonna go through it. But Miles Sanders in the playoffs gave me 65 yards and a fumble. That ain't good enough. 6.1.
Listen, the person I was going against had Miles Sanders. I was happy and sad at the same time. I didn't know, and I didn't know every time Miles Sanders. It was just bad, mixed emotions.
Yeah, tough year. Like the last 2 weeks, he had 6.1 and 1.9. I can't do that with you. Get off my team. But gentlemen, we made it through the Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate.
Kwanzaa,
Feliz Navidad.
All that fun stuff. I was gonna say something, but this ain't my network, so I won't.
We didn't do that for you.
Yeah. Just know it was kind of crazy.
Shocking.
Everything is crazy.
Yeah.
No, this was flagrant. Like DeAndre flagrant.
You got put it in the group chat now because I want to know.
Yeah, we're gonna start calling you Bill ain't there because you good for throwing flagrants.
What's the thing that the Jewish people celebrate? What's their holiday?
Hanukkah.
So each day of Hanukkah, they decided they were going to burn a pair of Yeezys. Like I have a lot of thoughts, so I'm just not going to.
We'll leave that alone.
Yeah, that's what it ain't my network, but I got some smoke. Yeah, it's been a crazy ride. Everybody here Thursday. How we looking Thursday?
Yeah. All
right. Cool. Yeah. Thursday, we should all be back in the saddle, doing great things. Appreciate y'all checking us out.
Wait, hold on. Let me throw a quick shout out. Let me give a shout out to I give Ray a lot of grief. I mess with him a lot, but I got to give him a shout out. He came through in the clutch for me on Saturday and ran production for the Christmas music episode on the Monster Creativity channel. If you're an indie artist, go check it out. Jason Henderson dropped some serious jewels.
Really good.
That
really entertained.
Oh, I appreciate it. So yeah, if you're an indie artist, go check it out. He dropped some jewels about investing in radio and some other stuff. So appreciate you, bro.
Or he said he didn't want to sign to a major. Let's say, or if you're a major label, but either way,
yeah, definitely.
Anybody else? Shout outs? Anything I want to do before we close up?
No, I'm good for the day.
All right. Well, hug your loved ones. Do not take a day for granted. This is all fun and games here. For the most part, I be mean when I say it, but it's all fun and games overall. So I appreciate y'all. Had a great show with y'all, 18-9. Y'all, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to sleep tonight. Messing with y'all. I'm just kidding. But y'all have a blast. We got some big games coming up this weekend. My Commanders are fighting for their life like they are Kelly. So wish them the best.
Sign us out, Ray. Sign us out. Lord.
Man, if I will be trapped in the closet if they start Carson.
Hey, good night. Good night. We gotta stop this guy. Roll the credits, man.
All right, y'all have a blast. I'm actually looking for it. I was trying to find this. Y'all have a good one. Take care. It's trash. There's no music. There we go.